we always need to purge. We always need to purge means deleting, the definition means deleting or getting rid of things that are non-required. The process of purging is to free up space. Because if we're not getting rid of things, then we're just rearranging things and not organizing. And then your space will just be reverting back to the mess that it was in. So last week we talked about the bathroom and how easy those things were to purge. This week we're going to talk about the kitchen. And they have a lot of easy things to purge, especially because the ones we're going to talk about really don't have any sentimental value. So hi, I'm Lisa Hoerler of Lisa Organizes. I help you live a life with less clutter so that you can focus on things that truly matter. So the first step that we're going to take is determining how much time that you want to take on this project. Now, a kitchen can be very big and have so many areas. So I'm going to suggest that you take a timer and set it for 30 minutes. That's going to do two things. That's going to give you an urgency, first, of doing the project, and second, it helps you decide from your gut, should you get rid of it or keep it in a faster way, okay? Because when you're trying to make those decisions, you don't want to think about it. So if you immediately say, I love this or I use this, if those answers are yes, then they're kept, otherwise they're trashed or donated. So spending time thinking about what might happen or what if you should do something or not and taking something or getting rid of it is not helping anyone. So how do you know what to get rid of? Well, anything that is not useful and necessary should be trashed, donated, or recycled. And so when you start this process, I want you to start with 2 boxes, one for donating, one for recycle, and then 2 big black garbage bags for trash. So we're going to talk about a few of the items now that you'll never miss in the kitchen. So logo glassware came from some kind of event, okay? This is Koto Care, no idea. I've done this a few times before, so I don't have a lot right now, but this got missed. This can be donated. Second, a promotional cheap plastic items. This one says urgent care. I don't even know where the top is, and I found it in our cabinet. Again, recycle in the trash, okay? Any tools that you have, like more than 2 or 3 of, for example, I had 4 different sets of measuring cups. I kept 2, and it's a full set, all right? I had probably 5 different spoons, measuring spoons. I kept the ones that I liked or that matched what I kept with the cups. I think I had 3 or 4 can openers. And you know how big these are and how much space it takes in the cabinet or in the drawer? Keep 1. I don't think we need more than 1 when it comes to a can opener. And then the best is all these tongs. I had tongs. I have this size that is a pretty decent size in clothes. I have this one and it's like even broken. And I had even huger size for the outside. So honestly, you keep the things that you're using and you get out of the space that you're not and put it elsewhere or donate, all right? So the odd ingredients, oh my gosh, this was the best. Fennel seed. I have no idea what I ever used fennel seed for. It was probably for one dish that I made, and I still have it. Not only that, I was looking for the time on it, and if there's no dates on these, that's a really good indication that you trash it, okay? Because everything food-wise has a date on it. This was the best because we love Trader Joe's. It says 21 seasoning salute. 21 seasoning. I have no idea. I couldn't even shake it because it was so hard in here. So again, trash. So plastic food containers. I know that some of you keep all these, you know, wash them and rewash them and things like that. But this is the first to go, especially when they're flimsy and they can't go in the microwave or anything for saying. So I know a lot of people have those, a ton of those, and that's a really first place to start. Dishwasher warp things. This, for some reason, every time I put it on this bowl, does not close, and it's the bowl or the top that got ruined in the dishwasher with the heat. I think that happens to us a lot. Besides, we've taken all of our Tupperware and our plastic into glass, and if you notice, the glass lids and things are not where you have to wonder if they fit. That's how they make them, and we don't cook anything in the microwave anymore with plastic, so we've changed to glass. Good idea. just a good suggestion. Restaurant condiments and menus and plasticware that you get from them. I mean, we don't need to keep menus because we have that thing called Google, and you can, bring up a list at any time. I used to have drawers of these. If you're one of those too, or you have bins on the counter, trash or recycle, good idea. If you are one that wants to keep all those special, orange flavored whatever, or jellies or butters, whatever, take a container, pick like whatever size container, fill it, and then when that's filled, don't keep any more, and you get rid of them until that goes. Okay, that's just a really good suggestion of how much to keep when you're getting it from somewhere else. So your bakeware and your cookware. I had so much of this in my prime area of my kitchen, and if you're only using it once or never using it, take it out if you cannot decide if you want to get rid of it or donate it, and put it in a clear bin and date it. And then you'll have all those things dated, and see 6 months, a year. If you don't use it, then donate it or get rid of it. It just depends upon how you can, if you have a hard time, especially if they're new and you've never used it. I understand when I'm working with somebody that they can't just get rid of it because I spend so much money. But if you're not using it and it's just taking up space, it just needs to be put somewhere else. That goes for an extra set of china. I think I had 2 or 3 sets of dishes, and I really only used one. So I took the one full set out of my cabinets and I put it in a bin, and when I didn't use it for a year, I went and donated it. And that goes for your platters, like for Christmas and Thanksgiving. It's only once a year. Should not be in the main focus of the kitchen. You go ahead and put that in the storage, or like I actually did get rid of them because even though I had in the storage, I never went and had use for it. And I do Thanksgiving and Christmas, but so I donated those. Your dish towels, the dish towels that are stained and holy. Good time to go through them, get rid of them, get something fresh to freshen up your kitchen, and use them as rags. I always, kind of go second tier. All my dish towels and rags all my dish towels go to the rags. So small appliances. I don't know about you, but I used to think every time I went somewhere I'd have to buy, especially when I had to go to the kids, parties, and I had a one-person waffle maker. I had a one-person fondue or whatever. I don't even like chocolate. And I'm like, why am I keeping these? Again, because it's never been used. You don't know what to do with it. So take it out of your prime area in your kitchen and donate it, especially if you know that you're not going to use it. Then you have the gadgets. Okay, I had every gadget there was. I had the spiral for zucchini. I had the cutter for the cucumbers. I had the what's it called? The cucumbers, avocado spiraler or whatever. I don't use those. So be honest in how you cook, and then just take it out of your kitchen, all the things that you're not using, because somebody will use it if you donate it. So mismatched Tupperware. Now I had old Tupperware. Okay, like I said, I started getting rid of it as I brought in the glass. I took out the Tupperware, but I did match up the top. So the ones that did not have a match, they went in the recycle pile, because no sense in keeping all those things that you can't find lids for, right? Worn out utensils. This is fun. I have a spatula with a bite in it. Don't know what happened. And then I have another spatula that's just turning colors. So when you see these, especially when they're plastic, they need to go and get new ones. So that's on my list for when I can go to the store. Those are the things I want to go out and buy and get rid of, these things that are just worn out. Unused serveware. Now, I used to entertain a whole lot more in a different way than I do now, where it was just major, I had parties a lot. And now, I had 10 different platters and 10 different serving bowls. So I literally went through and saw the ones that I really like and the ones I use, and then I took the rest and I donated them. So again, if you have a hard time getting rid of something that you don't want, just put it in that container, put it downstairs, date it, and see how long it is before you go and take it out again, and then go ahead and donate to get it out of that space. So the last but not least are items that end up in the kitchen that don't belong. For some reason, it just seems like a dumping ground, doesn't it? Everything ends up here. I think I had socks, I had, just things from the bathroom. I mean, they just end up here. So take a bin, fill the stuff that does not belong in here, and relocate it in where it's supposed to go. So after you get rid of things in your space, your space will have so much room to breathe. I mean, you're taking intentional steps to create one that functions and is efficient and will work for you. So the things that we didn't talk about today, which were obvious, are anything expired. I'm going to have a part 2 of kitchen next week, because we're going to talk about food that we'll talk about the different ways that we can keep food before purging it, or when we're supposed to keep the food before we purge it, okay? So I hope I've inspired you to start purging and clearing out some space. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.